Jennifer Lawrence, Anya Taylor-Joy, Natalie Portman, Elle Fanning. These are just some of the stars who grace the red carpet at the Governor's Awards, the annual ceremony organized by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. The event, one of the most elegant and celebrated on the Hollywood calendar, is dedicated to lifetime achievement honors, awards that symbolize an exceptional and enduring contribution to the film industry. Each year, the gala brings together actors, directors, producers, and key figures in the field for an evening that celebrates cinema in its purest and most prestigious form. The undisputed star of this edition was Tom Cruise, who received the honorary Oscar after decades of success and artistic reinvention. On stage, the actor thanked the Academy with an emotional speech, emphasizing that cinema represents not just a profession, but a true vocation. Cinema helps me to appreciate and respect differences, and no matter where we come from, in that cinema we laugh together, we feel together, we hope together. That is the power of this art form. Making films is not what I do, it's who I am. The award was presented by director Alejandro G. Iñárritu, who will direct Cruise in a new film scheduled for release in October 2026. Alongside Cruise, other luminaries were honored: actress and choreographer Debbie Allen, screenwriter Wynn Thomas, and music icon Dolly Parton, each celebrated for their impact on the entertainment world. For the occasion, Hollywood turned out in full force. Jacob Elordi, Ariana Grande, Gwyneth Paltrow, Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence, Jeremy Allen White, Sydney Sweeney, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Jonathan Bailey, recently named People's Sexiest Man Alive of 2026. Among the guests were also Kristen Stewart, Emily Blunt, Austin Butler, Elle Fanning, and Dakota Johnson. A parade of stars gathered to honor a living monument of cinema, Tom Cruise. Rian Johnson has no intention of saying goodbye to the Knives Out franchise anytime soon, and for a potential fourth installment, he already has his star in mind: Meryl Streep. While awaiting the release of Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out 3, which opens in theaters on November 26th and arrives on Netflix on December 12th, Johnson revealed that he would love to involve Streep in Knives Out 4. After explaining under what conditions he would expand the franchise, Johnson hinted at which actress he hopes to bring into the cast of Knives Out 4. Speaking to IndieWire at the premiere of Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out 3, the director said there are many actors he would like to work with, but above all, Meryl Streep. There are so many great actors I'd love to work with. Yes, if you're reading this, Meryl Streep, I think you fit very well in a mystery film. The actress best known as Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada is no stranger to the mystery genre, having become a regular character in seasons 3 and 4 of the series Only Murders in the Building on Disney+. By involving Streep, Johnson would continue his tradition of casting major Hollywood stars, alongside Detective Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig. After Jamie Lee Curtis in Knives Out and Glenn Close in Wake Up Dead Man, Streep would be another veteran talent enriching the ensemble of Knives Out 4. As of November 19th, the second part of Wicked is also available in Italian theaters. Directed by John M. Chu, the film adaptation brings to the screen a celebrated Broadway musical, itself based on the novel Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. Wicked Part 2 has already become the biggest opening of 2025, with fans flocking to celebrate the continuation of the saga. But how does the film end? If you're curious about the conclusion of the second chapter and how it connects to The Wizard of Oz, here's the explanation. On one side, we have Elphaba, Cynthia Erivo, who has already challenged The Wizard of Oz in the first film, and continues her fight for animal rights from a forest refuge. On the other side stands Glinda, Ariana Grande, now a public figure of the Wizard's regime and engaged to Fiyero, Jonathan Bailey. The Wizard's propaganda campaign brands Elphaba as the Wicked Witch of the West. Dorothy also appears in the film, though her role is not central. In the finale, Glinda discovers that the Wizard is, in fact, Elphaba's biological father and forces him to leave Oz in surrender aboard a hot air balloon. Elphaba fakes her own death to protect Glinda and her cause, escaping Oz with Fiyero, who has meanwhile been transformed into the Scarecrow by the Wizard, while Glinda prepares to lead Oz into a new era. The film is filled with references, the most striking being the scene in which Dorothy throws water on Elphaba to melt her, echoing the iconic moment from the 1939 classic. The original title For Good closes the story of Elphaba and Glinda's friendship and shows how the events depicted in The Wizard of Oz are the direct consequence of what unfolds in Wicked. Have you seen the film in theaters yet? Here's our review of Wicked Part 2, released yesterday across cinemas. Following the success of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein on Netflix, another reinvention of the classic tale is on the way. The Bride, written and directed by actress and filmmaker Maggie Gyllenhaal, and produced by Warner Brothers. In the film, a solitary Frankenstein, Christian Bale, reuniting with Gyllenhaal after The Dark Knight, travels to 1930s Chicago to ask revolutionary scientist Dr. Euphronius Annette Bening to create him a companion. Together they bring back to life a murdered young woman, giving birth to the bride, Jessie Buckley. The Bride. The protagonist's transformation in a photo. Let the monsters be monstrous. Jessie Buckley's transformation into the Bride of Frankenstein has been revealed in a behind-the-scenes image. While director Maggie Gyllenhaal asserts the right to embrace monstrosity, Buckley plays the titular bride, whose monstrous transformation is unveiled in a new backstage photo published by Empire, showing her in discussion with Gyllenhaal. The cast also includes Oscar winner Christian Bale. What follows defies imagination. Murders, possessions, the rise of a radical new cultural movement, and two outlaw lovers caught in a wild, fiery romance. In an interview with Empire, Gyllenhaal explained, "I believe each of us has a monstrous streak inside. By monstrous, I mean truly monstrous, terrifying to look at. You keep it hidden." So in my story, the monsters are monstrous. Even in the trailer, they do truly horrible things, and honestly, that's just the beginning. But at the same time, they're heroes. And I hope it's possible to identify with them, even though they're the dead brought back to life. They suffer deeply, just like all of us. The director added that the film explores what happens when you bring someone back to life, and the person has needs and desires that go beyond anything you could imagine. What happens then? The cast also features Peter Sarsgaard, Gyllenhaal's husband, Oscar nominee Jake Gyllenhaal, her brother, and Oscar winner Penelope Cruz. Release date is set for March 6, 2026.